Well, we didn't have time for it during the regular show, so we are back, and it's time to talk Amari Cooper and what has happened and kind of transpired. No, what's the looking for? Transpired. Transpired. I was right. Yeah, transpired with him since the end of last season. Oh. Over the weekend, we read a report. We learned that the Browns, according to this report from the guy in San Francisco who reported the initial interest between the Browns and the Niners, that Cleveland had offered Amari Cooper a second and a fifth to San Francisco for Brandon Aiyuk. And Brandon Aiyuk said, I don't want to go to Cleveland. I'm not going to sign an extension there. Put the kibosh on the trade. Then we saw Amari Cooper take to Instagram, and he could have been talking about anything. He may have been talking about anything. But Amari never uses Instagram, and the timing was curious, and he said on an Instagram story, LOL, I wouldn't mind that, to Tyvis's point, who had been saying Amari probably wouldn't hate getting traded to San Francisco. So since his best season of his career last year ended, Tyvis and Jason, the Browns did not extend him. They traded for Jerry Jeudy and signed Jeudy to an extension, and now have floated Cooper around as trade bait in an attempt to get Brandon Aiyuk. How do you think Amari Cooper feels about this whole situation, knowing what he performed on the field last year to the present-day situation we're at now?
Well, Mike, the thing about this league is it's a business, and you have to set all personal feelings aside. This is something that is very, very difficult to do because the personal aspect of it just overtakes everything. But it's a business. It is what it is, and you got to look at it as such. It's no feelings involved. When you're discussing business, you got to leave your personal feelings out of it. And for Amari, that's what he has to see this as. The Browns is him. The Browns is a business, and he's his own business. And right now, they don't want to do business with him past this season. They've made it absolutely clear of that. And he has to understand from a Brown standpoint why they feel that way. They feel like analytics, especially a team that's very analytical. If the analytics says that a receiver is going to fall off the cliff after 30, then they're not going to sign him. They're not going to keep him around. And I told you that the Browns move in a way, not just the Browns, all NFL teams move in a way that tells you very clearly what's going on. You just got to open your eyes and see it because they put it right there. It's not like they hide. When they traded for Jerry Jeudy and they signed Jerry Jeudy, I told you what that was about. I literally came right here on this camera and said they went and got somebody that's from your hood, from where you from, went to your same school and do the same things you do, and they paid them over you. Bro, you knew right then and there what it was.
The writing was on the wall.
So when last week came up and the Aiyuk thing came up, I told you if I was Cooper, I'd be like, please make that deal. If I'm 30 years old, everybody think I'm about to fall off a cliff. I haven't got to a Super Bowl yet. You going to send me to the team that's favored to win the Super Bowl? Absolutely, I'll take that. Yes. So that's why for him, when he said that, I was like, yeah, I told y'all he wouldn't mind that. But yeah, you just got to keep your feelings out of it. At the end of the day, he signed a contract for this season. He's going to go out. He's a professional. He's going to go out there. He's going to play his contract. And after that, they're going to part ways. It is what it is. His job now is to have the best season that he possibly can have so that he can go get another bag from somebody. It's not going to be long. It's probably going to be a 1, maybe 2-year deal. But at least it's something on your way out. And that's all that it is. There's nothing else to put. There's nothing else to say. That's what it is. He's playing for his year this year dictates who's going to sign him next year.
You know what would have been cool? So you know how like when we post stories to Instagram, we can post music to it? He should have posted Rich Homie Quan song some type of way.
That's Jason's jam, right? That's the one you got Jason on?
No, Jason was in the Young Dove. Get paid.
Got you.
Yeah, rule number 1, Jason.
Get paid.
Jason, do you think the Browns have ruined their relationship with Cooper?
I don't think it's ruined, but I asked Mary Kay about it when we had her on. I said, is there some damage control that needs to be done now that needs to be cleaned up? And I absolutely believe that, yeah, it is. Because, listen, no one will ever convince me that Amari Cooper was holding out for $5 million extra this year. Yes, he made more money. He was holding out to get paid for next year, and that didn't happen. He lost. And I said at the time, I felt like he swallowed some pride to come back. And, yeah, he got his contract guaranteed. He was going to make that money anyway. He got extra $5 million. That's great. You don't hold out for an extra $5 million. You hold out for a new contract, for a bigger deal. And he didn't get it. But Tyvis is right. They've made their stance abundantly clear on this. And so I'm sure he is a little bit aggravated. I kind of wonder if he balls out this year and he has another monster year, what do you do if you're the Browns? And if you're Amari, do you look at him and say, hey, you had your chance. I tried and you weren't interested. I'm gone. Does he leave now regardless?
I do think the relationship ruined. No.
It's not
That's
ruined.
too far of a word.
No, it's not ruined.
It's not ruined. I do
No.
think it's damaged. It could be repaired. Certainly could be repaired. And if he has a crazy season this year, Jason, and they go back to the negotiating table, you know Amari's going to hold that as his trump card.
Sure.
Hey, you could have paid me this much last year. I balled out again. The price has gone up.
Yep.
And if you want me, you're going to have to pay a premium to keep me. I don't think this will impact this whole drama off the field, the trade rumors, the contract negotiations prior, all that stuff, the Jerry Jeudy. I don't think it'll impact Cooper's on-field play one bit, though. I think he is the consummate professional. He is the pro's pro. He's the Nick Chubb of wide receivers. And if anyone can handle all this outside noise, put it to the side and perform on Sundays like he's being paid to, like he's being expected to as the number one receiver in this offense, almost across the entire league, I'd put Amari Cooper in the upper echelon of guys. I felt good about being able just to block out the outside noise and on Sundays for those 3 hours between the lines, be as good a player as he could physically possibly be. So I do think it's an awkward situation. Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski may have to do some reclamation in that relationship, but come Sundays, when Amari puts on that uniform and two's out there on the field, I have zero doubt in my mind, literally zero doubt, that any of the stuff we're talking about now will impact what we see on the field.
One of the things I think Kevin is really good at that probably gets overlooked is player relationships and getting guys to buy in. He repaired the relationship with David Njoku. David wanted out. When they signed Austin Hooper, when they drafted who's the kid that
Harrison Bryant.
when they drafted Bryant, David wanted out. Kevin got him to back in the boat. He got him to come back in and buy back in. Greg Newsome was a little bit upset with his role. Got him to buy back in. So I think Kevin is really good at communicating. I think he's really good at getting these guys to sort of see it his way and to get them to come back around. So I do think this is probably Amari's last year for obvious reasons, and I just think if he has another great year, and even if they did want to approach him, I think he would at least explore his options, and I don't blame him. How many times we say it? Like, I think both sides are very valid in how they feel. I think I totally get it from Amari's standpoint. What else do you want from me? What else do I have to do? And I get it from the Browns of just looking at history and looking at the analytics and looking at the age and trying to make a best business decision for the organization. You don't have to have a villain. You don't have to have a bad guy in every instance. I think both of these guys, both sides in this, are very valid for how they feel. And it's, it is what it is. You're right. He's got to come out and ball out in order to get paid next year. He's got to have a big year. And I think the Browns are very fortunate. Amari Cooper is the anti-diva. Imagine if this was
Lamb or Chase right now.
Exactly.
And those guys are obviously on a different class, but they're both holding out, have yet to catch a single pass in training camp. And we're getting close to the point of the season, or point in training camp where, like, these reps matter, Tyvis.
Yeah.
And CeeDee Lamb, for example, has not practiced yet for Dallas. I'm not even sure Micah Parsons has. Isn't he holding out as well? Or whatever. It's besides the point. Or, like, this started to be a benefit for the Browns that CeeDee Lamb is still not practicing. So
CeeDee Lamb will be fine. As far
I'm not saying it's be bad, but just
guys
seriously.
like missing training camp. He'll be there last
I
week.
hope they pay CD and they don't pay Parsons.
why?
I just don't want Parsons coming after my quarterback. That's all.
Anyway,
he's gonna play regardless.
Yeah, I'm about to say they're playing. Ain't nobody leaving no checks on there.
Have some faith, Tyvis.
I'm just saying, ain't nobody leaving no money on the table no more. Like that's dead. But as far as this Coop thing goes, listen, the Browns played it perfectly. Like I said, they went and got somebody who Amari can't be mad at. If Jerry Jeudy, it's not like if Jerry Jeudy have great numbers this season, Amari's gonna be like, man, like that's not gonna be the case because this is the dude that's from where I'm from. This is a dude that went to the same college as me. I'm never gonna hate on him. Like I'm happy for him.
He's a little bro.
Yeah, he's little bro. I'm not gonna hate on my little bro. So the Browns was very strategic when they went and made this move. For Amari Cooper, he said he wanted to retire in Cleveland. The only thing that can bring him back to Cleveland past this season, obviously if he has a good season, is if he truly does love everybody on this team. And he do love his coaching staff. And he does love playing with Deshaun. That's the only way. If not, if it's about money, he's leaving.
Yeah.
But if he really does want to If he feel like I like these guys, these is my brothers, we got something special here, I can see me doing something and then riding off in the sunset, then he'll resign. And I think the Browns know that because they know the type of person Amari Cooper is.
Well, let's hope the season ends with the Browns hosting a championship parade and Amari announcing he's coming back to Cleveland for 2025 at the championship speech plaza, wherever that is, popping a bottle of champagne. That would be the ultimate end goal for the Browns this year. None of us feel like Amari Cooper will be impacted by the distractions, but if it is, we know where it started. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Peace.